Hello, House of Mouse Reviews here for today's review, and let's get on to it. Let's talk about Michael Jackson biopic. The film I've been keeping since say 2020. A lot of movies was delayed and everything, or at least when it was confirmed Michael's own nephew, Jafar Jackson, was playing him. And yeah, so I've been interested in seeing this. And actually, this is a bit special because this is actually first movie my parents really wanted to see this film, and I said I'd take them out to see it, and they it was their first film they've seen since 2023. That was Oppenheimer. So what it was. But hey, that's the thing. But much like the Super Mario Galaxy movie, this movie's got a very mixed reception, and truth be told, I think I can see more. I think this one's got more negative reviews compared to Mario Galaxy, because at least with Galaxy, there's still a lot of people who are enjoying it as fans and all that. While with this, the reception's more divided. And truth be told, I can see why people are, because let's be fair, not everything in this film is also true to the story. They do fabricate some things. There are some things that they exclude, which you are kind of surprised that they don't address. And there is a bit of a major issue with the ending, but that's a bit of a different thing. But what I will say is, what does work in this film, well, the first thing I should mention is Jeff R. Jackson did a good job playing his late uncle. He really got that character down right. He got everything right, and it is, and it's not like it's just a bit of a pandering, with with the Jackson family choosing on their own to play their biggest the biggest name in their family, but he actually does do well, and it isn't uncanny. It feels genuine, and I I mean Jeff R. Jackson's not a mainline actor, but you can definitely see he might have potential going forward. I mean, if Michael's own daughter Paris is starring in a lot of films, well, in a few notable movies, I think Jafar can do a good job. In terms of other performance, I will give credit to Mike Myers in his cameo that he did a good job. It's it's sort of in the same line as his cameo in Bohemian Rhapsody, but I don't care. He did a good job. It was enough for me to give full praise for it. I do enjoy the dance choreography and all that. That's done pretty well. There's some great stuff with that. Um, and of course, all the music is great. But let's discuss the problems, because let's be fair, there are a lot. Let's start with the first one, which I think is pretty obvious. Obviously, it's not necessarily telling everything that you want to show that they should be showing. There's a lot of stuff that got cut out. The ending in particular was heavily redone because they were originally going to show the building of Neverland and a bit of talk about the '93 child molestation allegations. But they had to cut that out due to legal technicalities, which I get that, but I think they could have fixed it up the whole thing again. I think it's hard for me to say whether they show the stuff with Joseph Jackson and his treatment towards Michael, which we all know it was questionable. I can't really say. It's hard for me to say whether with that whole thing is that whether it was genuinely abusive, that relationship between Michael and his father, because while Michael said that, Janet Jackson said that, I think Jermaine said that, a lot of the others haven't, including Catherine, the matriarch Catherine. Um, I don't know if they go too far and everything, but they do play that whole thing about Michael wanting independence from his father, and I don't know. Could have been a little something. I don't know. And yeah, obviously they're not addressing too much of the controversial side. They do show the Pepsi commercial accident, which I think they had to be fair. Yeah, I mean, if the Jackson family are going to show any one of the things that sort of led Michael to go to change his life and everything, it would be that. Um, in terms of other exclusions, why isn't Janet referenced? Like, Janet isn't even mentioned. She's not even in. I mean, okay, obviously, she's not acting in this film as herself, but they don't even mention Janet in particular. And Janet actually plays a huge part in Michael's career. So, why are they not including her? It just seems like one of the strangest things that I don't know why the Jackson family chose not to have to mention Janet. And also, might say the CGI is absolutely horrible in this. I mean, not just the crowd shots, but the animals that Michael uh, owns. It's just they do not look good. Ugh. Like seriously, that's it's not on par. It's not as cringeworthy and bad as say the CG in the CG dwarves in Snow White, but it comes close. These animals are awful, and as I said, the crowd shots are also bad. Um, I guess, as I said, I think they are obviously going to try. I think there is talk that there is going to be a sequel, and they will address more of it. Which, to be fair, I think Michael's life post the first lot of child molestation um, cases, or shall I say, mainly the last decade of his life, is some of the more fascinating stuff you can look into. It's just going to be very difficult to see what they do. But yeah, the biggest problem is the sanitized story because there is still a lot that definitely got left out. Some you can sort of see why, both on legal aspects and or potentially the Jackson family getting involved, and others you just want to. Why? I mean, seriously, I still don't know why Janet was excluded. But in the end, I think everyone's gonna go see this film. Um, unless the whole Michael's uh, child child molestation cases turn you off from him, which I do know a lot of people who feel that way. But in the end, I'm gonna still say give it a watch, but maybe do it with other people. I mean, you can probably watch it fine singly, but I think this is a film you probably would want to watch together in a group. Um, in the end, though, I think I'm gonna have to give it. I think I'm gonna have to give it a 3.7. Yeah, it's a tough one. I really want to, kind of want to give it a four, but in a way, I can't because there's problems in it. I still enjoy this film. Honestly, I think I could watch this film more than. Honestly, I think this is a better film than Moonwalker, but it's a tough one. It really is tough. So yeah, I guess that's all I can really say. In terms of what's next, in terms of movies released in theaters, it will be Mortal Kombat 2. Oh, I could be in for more very mixed quality coming up. Ooh. And I'm also going to have to talk about Daredevil Born Again Season 2 once that's finished up, which I think is next week. So that's two videos coming up. And I will also mention there will be a top 10 list to come as well. So keep track on that. But in the meantime, Passive Press Reviews is out, and I shall see you for my next video. Ciao.